Mom, my birthday's next week. Do you think I can finally have a cake?
I'll try my best, sweetheart.
Yay!
Honey, how am I supposed to make our little girl's birthday special? We can't even afford a carton of eggs.
Honey, I know, I'm really trying, but there's a chance I might get laid off from the factory.
How much longer are we gonna have to live like this? Our poor baby.
People all over the country are struggling the same way.
The Great Depression officially began after the stock market crash of October 1929, also known as Black Tuesday.
In the 1920s, many Americans invested heavily in stocks. Some people even borrowed money from banks to buy more stocks, hoping prices would continue to rise forever.
But when stock prices suddenly collapsed, investors lost enormous amounts of money almost overnight.
Thousands of banks failed because frightened people rushed to withdraw their money all at once.
At the time, there was no federal deposit insurance, meaning families lost their entire life savings when banks closed.
Factories and farms also produced more goods than people could afford to buy. Businesses lost profits, workers were fired, and unemployment skyrocketed.
By 1933, around 25% of Americans were unemployed. That meant about 1 in 4 workers had no job.
Flour. Sugar. Water.
If only we had milk and eggs. You know, people are making recipes without eggs and milk now. A cake without milk or eggs? Families are getting creative now.
Food became difficult for many families to obtain during the Great Depression. Many families relied on cheap ingredients to survive.
Foods like wacky cake and water pie became popular because they required very few expensive ingredients.
Soup kitchens and bread lines became common across the country. Many charities handed out free meals to desperate families.
Children suffered greatly during the Great Depression. Around half of children did not receive enough food or proper nutrition.
Did you hear about all those dust storms out west?
Yeah, I heard whole farms are being destroyed.
Another disaster during the Great Depression was the Dust Bowl.
It affected millions of people living in the Great Plains during the 1930s. Droughts combined with poor farming practices caused massive dust storms across states such as Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas, Colorado, and New Mexico.
Farmers had plowed up large areas of native grass to plant crops. When drought struck, the soil became dry and loose. Without the deep roots of the prairie grasses holding it in place, strong winds picked up the soil and created enormous dust storms.
These storms darkened the sky, destroyed crops, buried homes and machinery, and made it difficult for people and animals to breathe. Some storms were so powerful that dust traveled hundreds of miles across the country.
Farming families lost their land, farms, and livelihoods. Many packed their belongings and migrated west, especially to California, hoping to find jobs and better opportunities.
The journey was often difficult. Many families traveled with very little food or money and lived in temporary camps along the way. Even after arriving in California, many struggled to find work and faced poor living conditions.
The Dust Bowl showed how environmental problems and economic hardship could combine to create a devastating crisis for American families during the Great Depression.
Many families traveled with very little food or money and lived in temporary camps.
Eggs, butter, and milk were often too expensive or unavailable for families struggling.
Even during difficult times, children still found ways to have fun.
Because most families could not afford expensive entertainment, they often played games, listened to the radio, and spent time with family and friends.
Board games like Monopoly and Scrabble became popular because they provided cheap entertainment families could enjoy together at home.
Monopoly was first sold by the Parker brothers in 1935 during the Great Depression. The game allowed players to buy and sell properties and become wealthy, which appealed to people living through tough economic times. Many families enjoyed imagining financial success while playing.
Another popular game was Scrabble, which was invented by Alfred Mosher Butts in the early 1930s. He created the game during the Depression after losing his job as an architect. By combining elements of crossword puzzles and word games, he developed a fun and educational activity and later became popular around the world.
Many children also helped support their families. Some worked small jobs, such as delivering newspapers, running errands, or helping on farms, while others cared for younger siblings when their parents were working or looking for jobs.
Despite the hardships of the Great Depression, games like Monopoly and Scrabble gave families an inexpensive way to spend time together, relax, and escape some of the stress of everyday life.
You know, maybe someday things will get better.
They have to.
Today we're making two famous Great Depression desserts, wacky cake and water pie.
I still can't believe people made pie with water. Or cake without eggs.
People used whatever ingredients they could afford. These recipes became symbols of survival and creativity during this time. Wacky cake became popular because it didn't require eggs, butter, or milk.
So basically all the expensive stuff.
Exactly.
In 1933, Franklin D. Roosevelt, aka FDR, became president and also introduced new programs called the New Deal.
The New Deal was designed to help Americans recover from the Great Depression.
Programs like the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC, gave jobs to young men working on environmental projects.
The Agricultural Adjustment Administration tried to help farmers by reducing overproduction and raising crop prices. And this is so.
The Works Progress Administration, aka the WPA, created jobs building bridges, schools, roads, and parks. And this is baking soda.
The Social Security Act created retirement benefits and unemployment insurance for Americans.
The Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, was also created to help protect people's bank savings so families wouldn't lose everything if banks failed again. Now we're going to make 3 depressions. Get it?
First, we're going to pour 6 tablespoons of oil into the first depression.
Next, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of vinegar into the second depression.
Now for some vanilla.
Now we're going to add 1 cup of water over all the depressions.
I spent 10 years down in that old dust bowl.
Now we mix.
When you get that dust pneumonia,
I can't believe people would eat like
oh,
this.
it's time to go. I had a gal and she was
I think this will work. I hope this is
I
enough.
had a gal and she was young and sweet, but a dust storm buried her 1,600 feet. She was a good gal, long, tall.
Now we're going to make a simple frosting that just has powdered sugar, cocoa powder, and water. So this is the powdered sugar.
Had to get a steam shovel just to dig my darling out.
Now we're going to pour the cocoa powder.
These dusty blues are
Now a
the
little bit of
dustiest
water.
ones I know. These dusty blues are the dustiest ones I know. Buried head over heels in the black old dust. I had to pack up and go, and I just blowed in, and I'll soon blow out again.
Alright, thank you. This recipe literally looks fake.
But during the Great Depression, families couldn't waste ingredients. Water pie used basic pantry staples many people already had.
Honestly, I think it looks kind of promising. President Hoover believed the economy would recover on its own and thought the government should not intervene too much.
Many Americans blamed Hoover for not doing enough to help struggling families. Now we're going to pour 1 cup of water.
Homeless communities called Hoovervilles were named after him because people associated him with the suffering of the Depression. And now we're going to sprinkle 8 tablespoons of flour over the water.
Here I'm adding sugar. The key to this cake is that you don't actually mix anything together. You just sprinkle it on top.
Now we're going to add a drizzle of vanilla.
The last step before baking is to add in these slices of butter all on the top of the cake. The pot. I don't know about this one.
This looks delicious. I hope my baby enjoys it.
Happy birthday to Rosie. Open your eyes. I'm sorry it's not much, but it's the best we could do. I love it!
Can I make a wish?
Of course, go ahead.
I wish that we were rich.
Here, sweetie, now cut the cake.
Yay! Hey guys, so today we're going to be trying wacky cake.
Yummy.
As you can see, it is a little crumbly, and we assume that that's because there's no eggs in the cake to hold it together.
So now we're gonna try it and rate it from 1 out of 10.
Ready? Cheers.
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 Yes.
Not bad for a Great Depression cake.
I'm pleasantly surprised.
What do you guys rate it?
For the time being, I would give it an 8.5.
It's like an 8, like 9.
Yeah, I think I say 8. This is pretty good.
Let's try your cake, sweetie.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy birthday, Rosie.
Oh my gosh! This is even better than the onion sandwiches. No. Thanks so much for making this birthday so special. I love you guys. Okay, so now we're gonna be trying the water pie.
Okay, ready?
Ready?
Yeah. Cheers.
Wait, it's not that bad.
The texture is a big no.
It's like jelly.
Oh my
It's like
god.
sweet, kind of.
It's not that bad. I'd give it like a 4.5.
Maybe just a 1.
I'd say like a 5. I'd want it more.
Okay, sweetie, now let's try the water pie I made you.
I'm so excited.
Cheers.
Wow. This is so cool. Great job, Mom.
The Great Depression affected millions of lives and completely changed America. It led to new government programs, financial protections, and reforms that still exist to this day.
But most importantly, it showed the resilience of these people during extremely difficult times. Even with very little, families still found ways to celebrate birthdays, support each other, and keep hope alive.
Thanks for watching. Honey, I know. I'm really trying.
Elaine!
People all over the country are struggling.
No, you were so cool! Now talk.
Eggs
And look at us.
Yeah.
Food. Recipes like wacky cake and water pie became popular because they.
Food became hard. I didn't wait.
Many children also. No.
It led to new government programs, financial protections, and reforms that still exist. Wait to do it.